Okay, let me bring my mic right over here. Ah, I hate these people. So here is my case from Tenba. It's the DSLR type. I'm going to open it up. So someone asked me which lens I would take. You know, if I was uh, going to New York or traveling between the 24 to 70, and I got the f2.8S, the version 2, all in focus lens. It does not telescope out, but if you want to compare it to the 28 to 135 PZ, they're both about, well, the PZ is bigger, but it's also in focus. But look at the lens hood. Okay, what I like about this lens is tight or wide, or you can do it on the ZR with the little switch, or on any other Z camera, the plus or minus, you know, for zooming. Okay, I love this lens, but it's too big to carry it in here. I would have to carry another bag or put it in another rucksack for all of this. The reason why I like this 24 to 70, it covers a pretty good high range. You can crop it and you can get a little bit more, like to 105, like 36 to 105. But this is the Z6 III, all right? And he was saying specifically for the ZR. So I want to give you different options. I think the 28 to 135 works better with the ZR because of the PZ lens. You get a bigger thing. Besides, you know, you can put a 24 to 120 on here. The 28 to 400 is good, but it's too big. So he was just asking about those two lenses, but I have a 1,000-watt power bank. I have batteries right here and right here. I have the 26 millimeter f2.8, the 35 millimeter, and the 50 millimeter. Plus, I have the ETZ 21 Pro adapter, and then I got something that can screw on the outside of a lens for a little magnification also. So that's what I usually have in this case. Now, in the front, I have a cable for the charging and stuff, a couple of cables. The power source for charging with the battery charger also. Power, and then of course, you know, the regular Nikon MH25A battery charger. Okay, so that's what I have. I got my cleaning kit, wrist strap, if I hardly use, some stuff for this. So I got it, okay? Uh, Everything I need in this case. The only thing is, when you're carrying a lot of lens, it becomes heavy. So let's move this real quick. Oh. And in the back pocket, I also have my DJI Osmo DJI Pocket 3. Fix that real quick with the stand. And I also have a Zidio tripod with the ProMaster ball head. So you can see I'm well suited for camera gear. Now, what I am going to show you is another option. So if I remove this lens, okay, because I'm carrying this lens with 2 primes, 35 and 15 millimeter. I showed you the 26 millimeter, but if you want a wider field of view, there's 3 lenses they don't usually talk about: the 17 to 28 that you can carry, or the 28 to 75. And I also have the Tamron, the second version of the 28 to 75. And they just came out with the 70 to 180. But what I like with the Nikon 70 to 180, you can put the teleconverters on here and get the extra reach. So these are lighter. They do telephoto out. They're not in focus lens, but they're all at f2.8. But they're good for the inside and outside. I did say the 16 millimeter Viltrox, which I've used, is a very good lens to take this. It can do, you know, it's a lot bigger than the 20 millimeter Viltrox, which is a 2.8. But anyhow, I'm going to put this PZ on here. I'm going to take off this. I am going to take off, there's a filter for both lenses that you can reach down there and if you want to mess with it, but I usually do it like this right here. Same thing with the 24 to 70 on their hood. They have the same thing, okay? But just to show you, turn it on. Yeah, it's black, okay? And what I'm going to try to do is show you with just the Z6 III that this lens zooms, okay? So I'll focus it. It's on video. Let's look at the mouse plus. Look at that. And I'm trying to get it where you can look at something. Let's go at the globe, okay? So, and let me get a little bit more so you can view it. So here's minus and plus. That's what I like about it, okay? It'll work on any Z camera, but with the ZR, they have only 3 buttons and 3 buttons on the top, a joystick and 2 buttons there. But they have a little lever like Sony does. And with that lever, it's your zoom, which I like. This is now at f22. I'm bringing it all the way up to an f4. So this is good, f4. But if you want lower light, then get the Nikon Z. Let me put this back up. 24 to 70 f2.8 version 2S. So it's not stabilized as the first version, but it is all in focus. And if I do this, okay, and then the filter, you can mess with that. I usually just go over here. And if you can see, Same thing. All right. So let's look at that. Look, this is at 24. So if I hit the plus, it's not like the PZ lens. And when you take a picture or do video, guess what? So you need a PZ lens to do it. On camera, I'll go back to, see, I remember what was the last f-stop for the lens, because it remembers what lens it uses. But you see, it goes to f2.8. But if you hit the plus, it's the same thing. It's not like a PZ lens. And last thing to show you, this is smaller. It doesn't take up much space compared to PZ lens. But I will show you this also. Okay. We got to. If I put the PZ lens on, and I'm going to take a picture. Okay. In the photo mode, see, it does not work. But if you use the switch on the lens, you can, where you can't on the 24-70. And of course, I have AFS on there, so I would have to focus. But you see? Excellent. And what I usually do is I focus it now, and then let's see if it stays in focus. So it may be a little bit blurry, but still. And then of course, when I put it in video mode, and then I hit the plus minus, see? So with the PC lens, you can do it in photo and in video, where all the other lenses you can't. Not even the PC for the 12-28 or the, I think the 16-50, if I'm correct. I can't remember. But those are older lenses. So we need more lenses like these for video. And I got a buddy that's made an app for these type of lenses, and it should work with Nikon. And what it'll do is with the app, you can put it on your phone or whatever, and then you can zoom when the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is on with the camera. It can zoom that for you remotely. So if you want to know anything about that, look at MrCameraJunkie, and I'll put the link down below, and he'll talk about his app and stuff. But anyway, this is what I carry around. The only difference is ZR doesn't have that beautiful EVF. It's smaller. I don't have the grip or small rig cage, whatever. I want it as small as possible. And with the possibility of putting this in another camera bag, I would carry this with the ZR, and then maybe the 20mm or the 16mm, or those three lenses I showed you earlier. So that's my thought. Nikon is doing a pretty darn good job now. And let me go over here. Now, this is like my third try trying to do the ending, but with Ecamm Live Pro, they had it on mute when I had it on this view, and I don't know why. But everything's looking good. So there it is. Between the 24 to 70, the 2 version S, and the 28 to 135 PZ, I showed you the difference between a 2.8 and an f4 lens. Uh, Showed you that I like the 28 to 135 for the zooming, but I would use that with the ZR because I like the little switch on the camera. The only problem is that lens is bigger and I don't have a small rig grip or cage on the camera. Okay, so that's something to think about. But I've had no problems holding it because my hand is usually underneath the lens, and either you have the lens grip on the PZ and then holding the camera. I've had no problems. Okay, I use the image stabilization, either the normal or sport, with the enhanced digital on to get the stabilization for your lens. Um, the secret to that is you put it in shutter priority mode, up the speed, and then you don't have to worry about the stabilization. It's just different things. ZR and all the Z cameras do have shutter angle on the Xpeed 7 processor. I think the Z52 does. I don't know about the Z52 though. Okay. But anyhow, that's my thought on it. I showed you 3 more options with the 17 to 28, the 28 to 75, and the 70 to 180. Okay. 70 180, you can put a teleconverter on there, but they're smaller lenses. They're not stabilized, but the camera is. And I told you what to do with that. Uh, so with the ZR, I would take the 28 to 135. If I took it with my Z6 III, I would have to get another case. And then you don't have that much room for an extra lens and stuff like that. I could still carry the extra battery, power bank, cables and stuff, and batteries with the sling bag that I have. So 1 lens extra, maybe the Pancake 26 or the 20mm Viltrox with that is, for vlogging purposes. You can just take the 1 lens of those, the 28 135 or the 24 to 70. You put it on your zoomed in, either 24 or 28, and just step back. And then just make sure you have a good mic. I like using the DJI Mic 2 for that purpose. So I usually carry that with the bag also. Just different thoughts. I showed you that I had the also the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. All helpful devices. I put it in a bag, and that way, if I have to move, like to another hotel while visiting someone who doesn't have internet option, go to a hotel or a restaurant or something, and then I can broadcast live or do my video and use their internet to upload. But all different things that I showed you. I hope it's helpful. Any questions, just put it in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.